What's up, and welcome to the Conjecturing Podcast. I'm your host, Laura, and joining me today, we've got Rob
Hey, what's up, everybody?
and Greg.
Ba-ba-ba-bone, ba-ba-bone, ba-bone, ba-bone.
Greg is now a member of Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Wow.
Bone Daddy. And Bone
That's
Daddy
crazy.
here. Bone Daddy.
Chris
Bone-
going full
Hey,
bone.
he's in this movie. Did you guys notice that? Bone Daddy from Doctor Sleep.
What?
Yeah,
One of the
he's the
actors?
professor.
Yeah, he's the
Oh,
guy that
yeah.
directs them to where the scientist
Yes.
wouldn't go himself. Yeah,
Oh,
Bone
yeah,
Daddy.
you're right. Yeah, he was in that.
Wow.
Oh, I just thought about that.
So
Okay,
many
cool.
cameos in this movie. I was like, the
Mhm.
first 10 minutes, I was
Huge
just
cast.
like, oh, that's that person. Oh, that's that person. It was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're talking about 2015's Bone Tomahawk. Obviously, spoilers ahead. This was Rob's pick tonight.
Yes, finally, a fucked up movie. My favorite.
Yeah. Well, kind of fucked up. I mean,
Well,
do
this
you
is my
Kind
thing.
of. What are
Yeah,
you
this is
talking about?
this is
Yeah.
like my thing with this movie. It's like I've never heard of this movie before until like maybe I don't know 8 months ago, something like that, and I threw it out on Twitter saying like, oh, like what's the most fucked up movie you've ever seen? You know, and like 1,000 responses and all the typical ones, Human Centipede and like whatever it's called, like Hostel movies and stuff like that. And then a lot of people were saying Bone Tomahawk, and I'm like, really? I was like, man, I've never even heard of this movie. And so I look it up and I look at the cast and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like Russell Crowe, like Patrick, was it Patrick? What's his name? What's his name?
Patrick-
Wait, where was Russell Crowe in this movie? Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. Sorry, I'm so
Russell Crowe
tired.
was off the distance. He popped up behind a bush for like 2 seconds. He was
Yeah,
like,
sorry. Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell is movie. What's his name from Conjuring? What's his name, Laura? Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson.
Patrick
Yeah.
Wilson's in this movie. Matthew Fox is in this movie. Like
Yeah.
it's like this. The cast is awesome. Like, how did I miss this movie
Yeah.
and not watch it when it came out? And so that's why I wanted to watch it. And then of course everybody talks about like, oh, it's like the one of the most horrific movies you're ever gonna watch. I'm like, really? I'm like, okay, all right. And then I watched it and I loved it. I thought it was like so cool, and then that's why I wanted to have these guys watch it and talk about it, because my thing with this movie is I wouldn't say it gets a bad rap, but everybody only focus on the one horrific scene in this movie, and it's very horrific. It's a fucked up scene, but the movie is great and like awesome, and so like I don't understand why more people aren't watching it.
All right. Well, we'll get there. You're jumping the gun a lot
jumping the gun.
right now.
Laura wants this to be a 10-minute episode, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm jumping the gun. So
All right.
pulling out my little side pistols. Pew pew pew.
Well, Rob already gave most of the cast. Did you forget anyone? Did you mention David Arquette? David
I did
Arquette's
not
in
mention
this.
the people in the
Oh
opening.
yeah, Dewey.
Uh,
Dewey's
yep,
in it.
Dewey.
You know what? Did you guys? I could be wrong about this, but the Principal Skinner from Back to the Future, wasn't he the pianist? in
Yes,
the
he
balloon?
was.
No way.
He
That was him?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe that was him.
That
Wow.
was like the most random camp. He was in it for like a whole 20 seconds.
It
I
was
did not-
hilarious. It was
I
a great
didn't,
scene.
I didn't put those two together. That's crazy.
Yeah, and we also have Lily Simmons. I recognize her from some stuff, but she had a pretty significant role in this. And this movie was written and directed by S. Craig Zoller. I don't know.
It's a cool name.
I think this was his directorial debut.
Oh wow, okay.
Quite the movie.
Damn,
Yeah.
heck of a debut.
Yeah, and the film earned about 4.3 million in home media sales against about a 1.8 million budget. It had a very limited release in theaters. I think that was likely because of its NA rating. I think a lot of times when movies are NA, they kind of go straight to
That makes
Oh wow.
yeah, but funny. So this movie takes place in the late 19th century, and we see these two drifters, I guess I'll call them, Buddy and Purvis. Purvis is played by David Arquette.
Oh, that's
And-
his actual name? Oh wow, I didn't even catch his,
Yeah.
because he doesn't like say his. I didn't think he even said his name in the movie.
Buddy.
He
But, like,
pretends to be the other guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I didn't know his name was actually Purvis.
Yeah, his name's Purvis. And they're killing and robbing people, and they happen to stumble into like a Native American burial site. But pretty quickly they are ambushed, and Buddy dies, but Purvis survives. And the next scene, we're taken to a small
Wait, what
town.
did you guys actually think of like the opening of this movie? Like for me, like the acting was like pretty rough to start. I was kind of scared for the rest of this movie from like their little back and forth acting, and like he's like itching his balls with the gun and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is like not starting well, you know. I mean,
I think to me was interesting because they sounded very casual and modern. It didn't sound like the way that they spoke, their like cadence and their tonality didn't sound like they were from like the late 1900s, like Laura just said. Like they sounded like they were just like taken from modern day and
yeah,
thrown
it was
back.
like me and Greg out in the desert. Yeah,
Yeah, but like to me, that I didn't take that as a slight toward the movie. I took it as like they're trying to set the tone that this is what it's going to be like, and I was actually just kind of interested. Like I could see what you're saying; it's very rough around the edges, but I was more like intrigued. Like, oh, they're because every intro in every movie is really like they're trying to send a message. Like this is what you're gonna get for the rest of the movie.
that's why I was so nervous.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because I mean, these two actors. I mean, David Arquette, you know, like he's fine in a lot of other movies, and you have what's his name, the other actor who's like Captain Spaulding in like some horror movies. So he's definitely like a horror icon. That's probably why he's in this movie. But them two, you know, saying like this is how we're going to start this movie with their like acting, and then you know the rest of the movie you have like Kurt Russell and Patrick Wilson, which are like great actors. So I was just like a little nervous when this started, being like, "Ooh, what am I getting into here?" I didn't know if you guys, I was going to message you guys and be like, hey, don't worry about the opening. Like, just get past it, okay?
Let's talk about the content of the opening. The content matches the whole movie. Like, they kill people in their sleep. And that's literally, like, the gruesomeness of that and, like, the brutality is literally what you see until the end, right? Like, so that kind of matches.
It was super graphic, like, it was, like, cutting through his neck and, like, all the blood was coming out. That was, like, really graphic to start the movie. Even the sounds were, like, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have like the big like what are we calling these people, you guys?
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna say it once. So they call them troglodytes, but that is not a very friendly term. So we're trying to come up with a new name for this tribe. And they are they are like quote unquote cave dwellers, and they're inbred and they're super savage, cannibals. But what are we gonna call?
Maybe just cannibals.
I think we settled on trogos.
Oh, no,
cannibals. Okay,
we're not going to say that.
Laura's cutting that out, correct?
Okay.
Maybe just cave dwellers. Cave dwellers sounds fine. You know,
no,
that could be anybody. No, that's not fine either.
Bone teas.
Bone teas and harmony.
Okay, all right.
We're gonna call them bone teas. Bone tomahawk.
Harmony.
Yeah,
okay,
there you go. Bone teas.
Sounds good.
All right, we're worried. So we were talking about the beginning. All right, so they get ambushed. Yeah, Buddy dies, and now we're in Bright Hope. That's kind of the town that this movie is set in. And Purvis stumbles into this town as he's fleeing the savage tribe. And he buries his loot, and then he goes into a local bar. And when we go into the local bar, we meet a few other people. We meet another local named Brooder. That's played by Matthew Fox. And this is so funny. Netflix told me via subtitles that he is a gunslinger. That's his title. Yeah.
Like in the subtitles? How does it even say that in the subtitles?
It said, I don't know. It just said like gunslinger enters or something like that.
Oh, okay. Because it's like they haven't announced his name yet.
I wish I had turned that on because I couldn't figure out what his. So like that's the cool thing about like this like intro scene in the saloon is everybody has a distinct personality, and it's like that question that Kurt Russell's character brings up to Buddy when he walks in, where he goes, "What are you doing here?" Like every time I looked at somebody in the scene, that was the question that was in my head, because it's clearly the type of town where you don't just like go there to hang out and like reside. There's a purpose for you being there. So when Brooder walked in, he's got like this white suit, this white hat.
Yeah.
I spent the next like 10 minutes trying to figure out like what is his deal? Like, what does he do? What's his talent?
A white horse.
And a white horse. Oh, right behind you. Very beautiful.
Yeah, I think in the opening they had the barkeep and whatever the patron was like sitting there. They were talking about like the people that are left in this town that's dying, and they were saying something. He was saying something like the only people left in this town are like losers and like this and that. And then he said something else like about Matthew Fox, like his type of character. He was just like assholes or something like that, and he like walks right in. It was like so awesome.
Well, he definitely thinks he's superior. And actually, now I'm thinking about it, I love that he's always in like this cream off-white, because look at their setting. They're in all this dirt. Like they get so dirty in this town.
Camouflage, actually, if you think about it.
I think he just doesn't. He thinks like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wear white. Like he doesn't give a fuck. I love it. That's great. He's my favorite character.
He's your favorite character?
Bruder? Yes. Bruder is my favorite character in this movie. Yeah.
Man.
We'll get there.
Kurt Russell.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Okay. So Bright Hope also has 2 sheriffs. It has the lead sheriff, Franklin Hunt, and that's played by Kurt Russell. And then it has the backup deputy sheriff, Chicory. And I could not believe that was Richard Jenkins. It didn't look like him. It didn't even sound like him. Mm-hmm. He did a great job.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was crazy. So they get word of Purvis being in town, and they go to the bar to see what's up. And, Purvis is kind of like talking back, and it ends up with Sheriff Hunt shooting him in the leg. So they take him to jail, and when they get to jail, we meet a 3rd deputy that resides in the town, Nick, kind of like a younger deputy. And then they also ask Bruder to go fetch like the town doctor. And then from there, we meet another local couple, Mr. and Mrs. O'Dwyer. And Mr. O'Dwyer is played by Patrick Wilson. And
our boy, Patrick Wilson.
Our boy, I know. We're big fans.
Oh my God, I love him.
Fans.
The Warrens. What is it? What's his name in the Warrens? Is that Fred? Ed Warren.
There you go.
There we go.
That first scene when he was like laid up on the couch, and then you could hear a voice coming from the kitchen. I really wanted like Vera Farmiga to come out. Like, were you guys thinking the same thing? Like, she's got to pop out.
Yeah.
We watched so many movies with these two. I mean, the actress that did come out, she was great too. But I was like, I want to see the other Warren.
You know what though? He has good chemistry with everybody. I'm learning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's kind of held up because. Yep. Yeah. So he's. I didn't hear what you said, Craig. Sorry.
I think he's got a good chemistry with me. Anytime I see him on screen, I swoon.
Oh. Okay. Oh, so he's got a broken leg, so he's like bedridden, and his wife, I guess she's not like the official doctor, but she's the doctor's assistant. So she goes out to the jail, and then the 2 sheriffs go home because she's like, I'm going to be here all night, and so it's just Purvis, Mrs. O'Dwyer, and Nick, the deputy. And then the next morning, Chicory's out doing his rounds, and he finds like a stable boy that's been gutted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty
super graphic. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he alerts Chicory. Chicory goes and tells, Deputy Hunt, and they go to the jail, and everyone's missing. So he goes and tells Mr. O'Dwyer, like, your wife's been abducted. And they also find this arrow. Where did they find the arrow?
It was stuck in like a wall, or the beam.
Yeah. So they have this very hilarious, like, random town meeting where everyone goes into the saloon at like 8 a.m. And then the mayor and the mayor's wife is there. And then that's where we meet the professor. And he's the one that's able to say, oh, I know exactly where this arrow came from. It came from this Bone T tribe. So now they know what they're dealing with. Rob is so upset that I'm calling it that.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Oh my God. So Sheriff Hunt decides to lead a rescue party, and that includes himself, Chicory, Bruder decides to go, and then Mr. O'Dwyer, who insists on going even though his leg is like shattered and he is in no condition to be doing this 5-day horseback, excursion.
He was perfectly healthy to get some in the beginning of this movie, though.
Yeah, well, he was just, he was just laying there. So
no, he took over for a bit. He's like, let's do this properly,
Yeah, I didn't like that scene.
You didn't like that scene? What, you didn't like that he said that?
Yeah, because he basically was like, we got to do this right. Like, it wasn't right, her being on top.
That's exactly what she said. She was like, what, was there something wrong with that?
Yeah.
No?
I mean, like, consider this is like the late 19th century. Maybe things are a little bit different, so.
All right,
Context.
I'll allow it.
Yeah,
I'll allow it.
We know how Laura likes it now.
Don't say it. Oh.
Get on that bone tea.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah. So this is like a multi-day journey on horseback, and it's like rocky terrain, like crazy elements. So they're already kind of saying from the beginning, like, some of us might die, our horses might die. They're like super nonchalant about it, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Typical Western, though. I feel like.
Oh yeah.
So this is this at this point. It's funny when I describe it. It sounds like a lot has actually happened, but the pacing is kind of slow in this movie, right? Like, it's a very slow burn.
It's a Western.
Yeah, it's a Western. Very
all Westerns,
typical.
the same thing in every Western. They're all very slow paced.
Yeah. So a few days in, um, two strangers like stumble upon them at night, and we never find out if they're innocent or not. But Bruder ends up killing them anyway, just because. But
Yeah.
then in doing so, the next night, more people come and steal their horses, and they kind of assume they do that because he killed those other random people. I was
Well,
kind of
Gotta repent.
confused
well, I
about.
assume because I assume he was right then that they were scouts, that they were scouting them out, and then that was the party that came was
Yeah.
the rest of their party. That's what I assume.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. And this is one of my favorite scenes in the movie because so Matthew Fox's character Bruder, he's just giving this movie is not funny by any means, but the little comedic relief we receive, I think is from him. I think everything out of his mouth is hilarious.
I think him and Chicory. I think Chicory was pretty funny. in
Chicory
this
is really
movie.
funny too. Yeah.
Mhm.
But he's hilarious. And so when these people come and steal their horses, which in itself is detrimental. I mean, they're the
In the middle of
chances
nowhere.
yeah, and the
Right.
chance of them surviving now without horses and being on foot, especially the guy with the broken leg, is not great. But what does Bruder say? Greg, you found it for me. He says the funniest line about his horse. What does he
Oh
say?
yeah, he was saying that. So his horse's name is Saucy, I think,
Yes, Saucy?
and Saucy's loyal. So he's like, so so they're sort of like lamenting like the theft of their horses and the fact that these like strangers came into their camp, stole their horses, and rode away with them. And he says something along the lines of like, Saucy would never let like a greaser just like take her, like and ride away. Something to that effect. And then like it
She's
turns
like,
out he was
yeah.
right.
Yeah, he's like she's well trained and loyal. I don't know.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
after that. I feel like my husband and I were saying that line a lot that night. Like Sussy would never allow that. That was hilarious. But then sadly, like you said, Greg. Sadly, he's right. Saucy clearly doesn't allow it, and then they end up hurting her. So she's like in agonizing pain, and he has to go. He has to go put her down, and he says like, "Thank you for your service," and it's really sweet.
You know what the cool thing about his character is? I really enjoyed was like I don't know if you guys ever saw that movie True Grit, like the newer
Yes.
one with Matt Damon, to where he pretends to be this really skilled gunslinger, and really he's just like he's awful and he's all talk. I thought that Bruder would be that in this movie because he starts to set up this like perimeter with like jingles and bells to make sure that anyone who comes into the camp and it seems cheesy and like like he was like something that you would read out of a book, like out of a Boy Scout book, and just you have no practical experience in the field of doing it. But he actually turns out to be the opposite. Like he actually talks the talk and he walks the walk, and like he drops it, like he knows his shit. He actually made probably a good call on those scouters, and like I was refreshed to get that from him. Like I didn't want him to be this guy that was just like this big inflated ego like that, like the wizard from Harry Potter, where he just wanted to sell books and pretend that he was a big wizard. Like Bruder actually like knew what he was doing. There was that moment where a dog wandered into their camp, set off the jingles, and then like he immediately like got up and like shot it. So like I really like the idea of characters who are skilled and capable and can like back up their big game.
Yeah, he had a great line in the movie where it's him and Chicory kind of going at each other because Chicory is kind of like, "Don't you disrespect the sheriff like that?" And they have Matthew Fox has such a funny line where he's like, "I'm the smartest man here," and then he's like, "What? Like, how are you the smartest man here?" And he's like, "You're married. You're a widow." He's like, "Smart men don't get married. I'm smart." And then like Chicory just like looks at him and he's like, "Okay, all right, makes sense." Like it was just like so
But then he was
funny.
like, then he came back. He was like, "That's because no woman wants you."
Yeah, then he came back
Honestly,
and
their back and forth. I gotta say, like the back and forth between these characters kind of like reminds me of your writing style. Like there's a subtle humor in it. It's like not over the top, but like you understand that there's just like this dynamic where they're not overly fond of each other, right? But the thing is, they have to rely on each other to survive, and so you see this back and forth going on between them, telling each other like what to do, what not to do, like that whole issue about stashing the opium versus like sharing it or using the telescope or like you said, killing like those two intruders. What happens is like they go back and forth, and then when they realize, hey, we're in this shit together, so we can't actually be fighting, they get heated. they lash out, they do some kind of like funny joke, then they like always respectfully apologize to each other and set things right. And it's
Yeah.
like they slowly gain each other's trust, like the issue with the telescope, and it's like the humor back and forth. It's not like over the top, but
Yeah.
it's very like it's very personal, and you feel like you're out in the wilderness with these guys, and it honestly reminds me of like the way that you write like your characters and kind of like the back and forth and the stuff that you create. So I really enjoy that.
Thank
part
you.
of the
I
movie.
appreciate that. It's so funny. It's so funny you mentioned that. I'm actually writing a horror western because of this movie right now.
Whoa, no
Yeah,
way.
I'm like a third of the way through writing it. Yeah, because I watched this movie and it just like inspired me to be like, oh my god, like you said, Greg, there's like not many out there, and I'm like, I want to write one, so I'm writing like a feature, like horror western right now. I'm like a third of the way through it.
Dang,
Yeah,
that's
it's pretty cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
Well-
to be honest with you guys, like I watched this movie for the first time probably like 6 months ago, maybe. I'm not lying. I've watched this movie over 20 times already.
What?
It's like it's like a movie I throw on now as a background. Like I just like throw it on, like whether I'm writing or like doing a reading or something like that. I don't know. It just like inspires me for some reason. You know, I mean, we haven't got to the fucked up scene yet, so maybe people don't
I
know what I'm
know.
talking about.
I'm like, how can you just watch that in the background?
But
Oh
you know
my
me,
God.
Laura. Isn't that fitting though? Isn't
While
that
you're
very
eating
fitting?
dinner and
Oh yeah, definitely got some spaghetti going. Yeah,
Oh my God.
spaghetti and meatballs. Yeah.
That is
Western,
wild.
yeah.
That's wild. Okay. Wow. So, all right. So our four dudes, they have no horses now, and
Yeah.
Arthur, Mr. O'Dwyer, Patrick Wilson, his leg is just fucked. Like he ain't going nowhere. And so they've established like, all right, the three healthy guys are gonna like keep pushing forward. And you mentioned opium. So his wife had like a medical kit that got left behind, and they brought it. And so she's got opium in a flask, and they're giving Mr. O'Dwyer like spoonfuls of it to help him with his pain. And they give it to him at one point, and then they just leave him. And they're like, "Is he gonna survive? Yeah, I don't know. Like, really don't give a fuck about this guy. Clearly,
We'll leave
Yeah,
a
they're pretty
rock
much like
in the
they're pretty
path
much
and
like
he'll
catch
figure
up
it out.
whenever you can.
yeah." And that's his plan. He's like, "I will do my." I mean, it's his wife, right? So he's got
Yeah,
nothing to
yeah.
lose. He's just gonna give it his all.
Laura, didn't you tell us once you took opium?
Me? What
No,
are you talking about?
Spotlight on.
no, you
What
didn't say
the
that one
hell
time.
are you talking about? No.
Didn't you tell us you did crack cocaine one time?
Is that
You
equivalent
wanted
to like?
advertise
Is
that.
that
No
equivalent?
idea. I don't know. I don't
Remember
do
that time
drugs.
you killed a man?
Do drugs?
I mean, I smoke a little weed, but I don't do drugs. Wow.
I don't know why I had that in my head of being like, oh, like during when I was watching this movie, I was like, oh man, Laura took opium once, man. I'm gonna ask her about that.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
All right, I'm
all
mistaken.
those
Then I'm
opium
mistaken.
dens
okay.
that you frequent, Laura, up in the Bay Area. Yeah.
Is
like, you
that?
gotta-
I mean, is that like a recent thing? I don't. I've never
Opium?
heard of that being like a. I don't know.
Opium? Or are you taking it?
What? No,
Opium
I'm not. Rob, I'm not taking anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh my god.
You know what'd be funny? Like if you did, your reaction, Laura, is like freaking perfect. What is that thing? How do you say it? What is the word?
Trying to play it off, yeah.
Opie. No, but is that like? Are people just doing that right now? I thought I didn't. That's not what I usually hear
There's
about.
been a crisis for the last like 20 years, but
Yeah, but I thought that was more like. Well, anyway, we're getting really off topic.
Sorry.
Jesus
Wait, are
Christ.
we, or are we getting close to the topic?
Yeah, we're bringing out the truth now. Actually,
I don't even know if I'm gonna keep this in. You guys are ridiculous.
this is all an intervention for Laura. Your problem with opium.
Jesus Christ. I'm not even drinking alcohol tonight. I am literally drinking chamomile tea. So
That's what an opium addict would say.
Yep.
fuck right off, Rob.
Air quotes on T.
Oh my god. Now I'm lost.
All right,
Where
back to
am
the
I?
movie. Back to the movie. Where we at? Patrick Wilson's taking all the opium. He's drinking.
Wait. One thing about Patrick Wilson, I gotta say, like, okay, his acting when it came to like dealing with his leg, they had a few scenes where they just honed in just on him by himself in the bush, like fixing his bandages and like
Ooh, taking off his boot.
Yeah, take
Oh
it off his boot.
man,
I felt every
me too.
moment, every wince, the laboring, like the temporary like relief when he got his boot off, the huffing and puffing, the breathe, like when he would hold his breath, and I don't know if like it seemed like he's gone through some kind of pain that's similar to that, like excruciating pain. Because when I used to have like lower back pain, it felt like that. Like
Mm.
your pain is a 10 out of 10. You're wincing, you're breathing, you're yelling, you're cursing. He nailed that. Like I don't know about you guys, when he was doing that, I was like cringing in my seat, like, oh,
Yeah.
that
Well, he's a
feels.
good
I
actor.
feel
He's
that.
such a good
Mm-hmm.
actor.
He's fantastic. Yeah.
Greg,
Yeah.
you didn't ask your doctor for opium?
Oh, I did. Well, they denied me.
They denied
My
you?
insurance
Oh.
wouldn't cover it. Yeah, I'd have to like,
Dang,
yeah,
that's
my
true.
premiums would
That sucks,
skyrocket.
man. Okay.
One day though, I'm still searching.
Ooh, one day, maybe our 200th episode, we'll all take opium.
We'll create our own.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the two deputies and Brooder, they finally reach the caves. I can't believe we're already here. Oh my god. And immediately three of the Bone T tribe come out and like ambush them and they kill I think they killed two of the three. And one of them what do they do? Do they like blow Brooder's hand off? What
They
did
chop.
they?
No, he chops it off with a tomahawk. Mhm.
They throw a tomahawk at his
Yeah.
wrist, and
Which
they,
technically
Oh,
we're
so it
calling
gets him
it.
twice.
We're calling
Oh.
it a tomahawk, but it's this movie is called Bone Tomahawk because the weapon they use is a bone. It's a bone that looks like they filed
Yeah.
down on one side to be just sharp as hell.
Yeah.
So that's like what they actually use.
I actually think that this is the crux of like the horror element of this movie. It's that
Yeah.
you never know. All of the gruesome like elements and like the attacks, they come so unexpectedly. These like these bone teas, they're out in the caves, they're out in the bush, they know the land, and like when our main characters are just like trudging down the path going up with like their firearms out, not knowing what they're doing, these guys just like start throwing tomahawks at them and shooting arrows, and they
Yeah.
get like shot with arrows, they get dismembered in like so many different ways when you least expect it. Like to me, that was the part where like I knew probably about midway through this movie that I would be hit with some gruesome moments and I would never know when it was coming, and like that is the part that made it like very horrific for me.
Yeah.
Definitely, and also because it's like I don't know. I mean, it's very like an independent type feel to the movie. I mean, you said it was
yeah.
only a $4 million budget, so like there's no music. Like there's not like there's not a lot of music playing in this or symphony or anything like that, or like like piano hits that would be in a normal horror movie. It's just like the quiet of like the desert and the bushes moving, and then like some giant person comes flying out and like chops off somebody's hand, and that has a huge sound effect. So that's all you're hearing is the actual sound effects of like bones cracking and like skin being ripped off. You're hearing that more than you're hearing like the sound effects of like music, which is kind of more of like a modern horror or just bigger budget horror movies. And so like to me it's way more like primal, and I like it more. I felt it more, and that's why I feel like I like most of those scenes a lot better.
It feels very visceral. It puts you in the moment, and like you said, no music, only sound effects. And you know what they also don't do is they don't do flashbacks. Like there were so many opportunities where like the characters would reminisce about their past, about what they did. Dwyer's poem about being in the war, I think in the Civil War. There were so many moments where they could have gone back and like reflected on the past, but they didn't. They kept it in the present moment. And they, like you said, bro, I didn't even realize there was no music in this movie, but it like makes it very freaking raw, and it makes you feel like you're there with these guys. It's insane.
Yeah. Raw is the best word to describe it for sure. Yeah. So, but Brooder, so he gets his hand chopped off with the tomahawk, and then at the end he does die because they throw the tomahawk right into his head, right? But he does shoot a bunch of these things. So I mean, he dies a hero. Yeah, for sure. But unfortunately, the two deputies get taken and they go into the cave and they see Mrs. O'Dwyer and Nick are in like a jail cell, quote unquote, that's been made. And they get thrown in one too. And we learn that Purvis died. They killed him and ate him.
Yeah, that's what she says.
And I love how this tribe doesn't have any language. That honestly was one of the things that scared me the most, probably. It was just like how uncivilized and just it's almost like their language was just brute force and violence, right?
Right.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. So I guess that kind of takes us to the big scene. Rob,
This is
you
it.
have
This
to
is the-
you have to do it. You have to do us the honors.
Okay,
You're
let me
doing
pull
it.
it. Let me pull it up on my computer and watch it on a loop for a little bit, so I get used to it. No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, this is the scene. This is the main scene people talk about this whole movie for. It's like, I don't know, maybe a 3-minute scene where what they do is they take the deputy guy they have in the cell. What was his name, Laura?
Nick.
Nick. They take Nick. They pull him out. The two Bone T guys come out, and I mean, what do they even do first though? First, they don't they jam a spike in his mouth? They hammer like a spike in his mouth.
They scalp him.
They scalp him
Oh,
first.
that's
scalp
first.
hair. They shove it into his mouth, and then they drive a spike into his mouth. I don't know if this is like if this is even accurate to what some of the ancient rituals were in that region, or if this is just like them going, let's do the most disgusting thing that we possibly can do. But yeah, like they did that, and that wasn't even like the coup d'etat. Like,
Yeah, that's just the beginning. That's just a little prequel.
And actually,
Yeah.
before you even continue with the scene, like, I don't understand why they do that. Like, why? I understand maybe it was just to be horrifying and to think of something crazy to do. But really, like, what's the point in scalping someone and then shoving that piece of flesh in their mouth?
Probably
What-
so he can't scream, so they can't hear him scream. Maybe they don't want to hear him scream.
Huh.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
Like
I don't know.
A lot of this movie when it came to the wait, what do we call them? Bone teeth? When it came to
Yeah.
the bone teeth, it felt like honestly like walking through one of those like horrific Halloween haunt mazes where you can tell that the people who created the maze just wanted to come up with like the most like disgusting, horrific thing possible, and you're just there to walk by and witness it. You know, it didn't have a particular reason. So maybe it had a reason. Like maybe, yeah, they were like shoving it in his mouth so he wouldn't scream, or maybe they were just doing it to like for shock value. I think you can go either way.
And then I can't remember. Do they like castrate him, or do they like shove a spike up his butt?
Oh
or
my
something
God!
like
Why
that?
did I ask you to describe this scene, Greg? Can you take it from here? Come on, Rob's seen this movie 1,000 times and has no idea what happens. Clearly, so
They strip this man naked, and then they turn him around so you see it's his backside, so you don't actually see this happening from the backside, but you can see like basically they sort of like turn him and like they place him on his head and they like spread his legs apart.
yeah.
Again, you're looking from the backside, and they take a tomahawk and they start like smashing the tomahawk into his genitals.
Yeah.
And then
Just down the
They're
middle.
really
Just
doing
down
it.
the middle.
They're
down the
really
middle, and
doing
then
it. Yeah.
it's one of the worst things. This kind of reminds me of like, do you guys remember that scene in Silent Hill where Pyramid Head like rips the skin off of the lady and like throws it at the church door? This
Yeah.
reminded me of that. Very gruesome. Like it felt wrong to even watch. So
Oh yeah.
they're like chopping at this guy's genitals, like but from the backside, but you can clearly see what's happening. And they do it so much that they basically like split his body in half by doing it. It's the most disgusting
Yeah,
thing.
and like all the guts are flying out and stuff, and
Oh, I don't know. Like how did you guys feel while you were watching this? I really felt sick to my stomach. Like I felt like
I was alive, man. I felt so alive.
You didn't even watch it. You have no idea what happens in this movie.
I do.
You're just fast forwarding through all the Kurt Russell parts.
No,
and
I just
Patrick
couldn't remember if like they put stuff in his butt. That's all. I couldn't remember that.
You know,
part.
I imagine that like watching this multiple times, Rob would be like, okay, like when I first saw Hereditary and saw like the scene, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
uh-huh.
remember thinking that this was wrong, this was not okay, they shouldn't have done this, I never want to watch this movie again. But then like watching the movie several times after that, thinking like, okay, I can stomach this, I know it's going to happen, it plays into the horror. I bet you if I watched Bone Tomahawk multiple times, like I would palate this a little bit better.
You'd be desensitized to it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's
I'm
possible we're
desensitized.
desensitized to many, many things. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I have to give up for the special effects. The special effects, like practical effects in this movie of like cutting him in half and like the body, the way it looked. And
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool. And again, going back to like the sound effects they use in this movie,
Oof.
again, there's no music. There's no like piano hits or anything like that. Like no eerie tones. It's just literally the sound of like squishing and cutting and bones cracking and then like guts flying and then like
Well, and
you
he's
just hear it.
moaning.
Yeah, he's moaning.
And the only other sounds that are really happening throughout, which honestly make it worse, is literally uh, Hunt, he's like walking him through it almost. He's like,
Mhm.
don't worry, we're gonna avenge you almost. We're gonna like, there's gonna be a Calgary and like you won't die for nothing. And it's just like
Hmm.
that to me
Right.
was brutal. It was
Right.
that was the most brutal. But
But
I will admit, you guys are gonna be mad at
you
me.
barfed. You barfed.
I didn't barf,
You closed your
but
eyes.
I did.
I
So
figured you would. How dare you?
yeah, I
You
got to the
close your
part.
eyes.
I did. I got as far as when he
Shame.
started to split. Like you saw the line down his back and like
You
the blood
knew. You knew
dripping
Oh,
it was
down.
gonna
well, you
happen.
I knew he was
yeah.
splitting. And you guys, I'm
He was
sorry. I
splitting.
You did it.
don't.
Honestly, you did it at the right time. You made the right choice. I'll be as someone who watched it with wide eyes like this. You made the right choice. You made the right choice.
For everybody listening, Greg's eyes went like really giant and right up to the camera. It was kind
I'm
of
gonna I'm
creepy.
gonna get a screenshot of that.
Okay, get a screenshot of that. Yeah, yeah.
Um. So what I did was, yeah, because I'm sorry, I don't need to see someone split in half. I think that might be my worst thing. Like I don't want to see someone split in half. To me, that is the
Mm.
worst thing that could possibly happen. But what I did was I watched it with Brooks, my husband,
Oh yeah. What was
and
he? I gotta know his reaction.
I watched his face. Once I turned
Mm.
away, I watched his face, and he watched the whole thing, and he was making the most horrified face I've ever seen. Just like, ah! But he loved this movie, so
I
he dug
figured he
it.
would. Yeah, I
But
know him. I know
Oh,
him.
did
you
he?
do know
Wow.
him. Yeah, he
Yeah,
loved it.
me and Brooks.
So, but I mean, his face was like, damn. And I think he even said, which we can all agree, he's like, I've just never seen anything like that before. So,
Exactly. This to me is
huge
like a
props.
precursor to like Terrifier films. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Because that's like this movie is like you have 3 minutes of like a horrific scene, and then you have the rest of the movie. Terrifier films, you have like just the horrific scene is like an hour and a half.
The whole movie.
It's just the
Yeah.
whole movie. Yeah, so it's kind of crazy, but yeah. But
Oh,
I feel
man.
like this definitely prepared me to maybe enjoy Terrifier films now. So maybe
Yeah,
I
I
can
think
enjoy
you
them.
can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can do it. I think all of us. Yeah,
Mm,
I think my next movie pick is going to be Terrifier movie.
To me, there's an I think I've noticed this about myself watching these movies where there's gruesome, horrific like body horror. I think the thing that gets me the most is where there's scenes that turn humans into that really just dehumanizes them. And it like I can stand death scenes where people like die suddenly or they die for a purpose or they become a martyr or yeah, there's a lot of there's so many ways to go out in a movie, but when you're just turned into like fodder, when you're turned into like an object, when you're turned into like something that can be just ripped apart, like you're no different than like a tree or an animal, for some reason that really gets to me
Hmm.
and it disturbs me like to my core. And I
yeah.
and to be honest, like that's what we do as humans to the rest of the animal kingdom, right? Like we treat
Yes.
the rest of the
I
animal
was just
kingdom
about
as
to
like
say
as
that.
fodder and food and expendable. So when I see that happening to humans, for some reason it's just like it's so disturbing to me. And like this scene was that for me. Like, oh, it was so
But
bad.
Greg, think about it. Okay, so all three of us eat meat. We're not vegetarian. I don't think any of us like enjoy the fact of what they had to do for us to get that burger. Like we love our burgers and we kind of just are like, oh well, that
Mm,
sucks, right? We just kind of forget about
Right.
it. But
that's fair.
even still, they are not doing this to the animals when they kill them. They're like,
Right.
it's
Yeah,
like
we
a
have like humane
quick
ways of doing it.
upside down, there's the throat, bleed out instant, it's done.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like I would be okay if they if these I keep forgetting what we were calling them, bone teas. If the bone teas
How could you forget?
um bone, if they killed our protagonists like strictly out of like because out in the bush there it's dry desert area, food is hard to come by, water is hard to come by. If they just killed them because they wanted to eat them, I would actually kind of be okay with that, like if they did it quickly. And but like the way that they're doing it, they're like
Yeah.
sticking they cut a hole in the sheriff's abdomen and they stick a scalding canteen in it. Like they're doing it for cruelty, and that part is what is I think the root of the horror in this movie.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. Let me back up a little though. So the reason they do that is because the next scene after this horrible scene, that we just described is Hunt tricks them, right? Like they figure out that they have more opium in the flask. And so they kind of pretend like they're drinking out of it to make the Bone T's jealous, like, oh, what is this thing? You know? And so they take the flask and 3 of them drink from it. And I think Mrs. O'Dwyer is like, okay, I think at least 2 of them are going to be dead from that. But so that's great. You know, he poisons 2 more of these Bone T guys. But unfortunately, when they figure out, I think it's like the tribe's leader that does this. Yeah. Yeah, the guy with the tusk. God damn it, those fucking tusks. Anyway, when he figures out that they've been tricked and that 2 of his guys are now dead. So what they do is they come in, and as Greg said, they throw the flask in the fire to heat it up, cut a hole in Hunt's abdomen, and then shove it in there.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was probably like the second worst scene.
That hurt me more than like the guy being chopped in half.
Because you don't want Kurt Russell to die. And now we know he's going to die. Yeah, and it's really sad because, you know, Chicory asks him, you know, there's like no emotion behind what they're saying, but again, it's still so sad. He's like, are you going to make it? And Kurt Russell's character is just like, absolutely not. And he's like, you sure? And he's like, nope, yep, not going to make it. So... yeah, I mean, that basically takes us to the end of the movie.
He had that line where he's like, say goodbye to my wife.
Oh man, that's honestly that's the scene that like really hit me in this movie, where I was like, I enjoyed up to this point, like I really dig this movie, but when it hit that, like resonating back to something in the beginning of the movie about like his wife passed and he put like flowers on her grave and he's like, I was like, you know, saying goodbye to you and stuff like that. And then when he pretty much, they do that double line to each other, you know, like Greg said, pretty much saying like, oh, you know, say hello to my wife, I'll say goodbye to your wife. It was just like that for some reason like hit me super hard, while I was like, damn, that was a good ass line.
I
Holy
cried.
shit.
I cried when he said that.
Just the way that they're delivering it too was awesome. It was so good.
Yeah, that was really sad. But again, much like Bruder, Hunt dies a hero. He like takes down most of them. And all in this time, our boy Arthur O'Dwyer, somehow with his broken leg, he makes it. And he's taking them out left and right. Like our most hurt guy is like taking them out. And he's also the one. So we didn't even mention this, but there is this horrifying sound that they make throughout the movie.
It's like more like a whistle.
Like a whistle or a flute
yell.
Yeah, it's really bizarre.
Have you guys heard of like the Aztec death whistle? Tell me you've heard this.
No.
Oh my god. Okay. After we get offline here, you guys need to go to like TikTok or YouTube and search up Aztec death whistle. It's like this thing that you can actually buy online. It's like what they would take like the skeletal remains of like a bird and somehow carve it out in a way and like create this like whistling sound. It sounds so horrifying.
Well, that's basically
like,
what this
is.
That's
probably where they got this from. Yeah.
So Arthur, he's the one that figures this out, this noise that they're making this whole movie. When he kills one of them, he can see it popping out of its throat. So he takes it out and essentially finds like animal bones that they've put in their windpipes and are using as like a whistle, like in their windpipe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's crazy. And that's honestly how he gets a lot of them, because he pulls it out and he's blowing on it. And so he's like calling them and he's killing them all. So he gets there, he gets his wife, and then his wife and Chicory are the only survivors. And, you know, when they leave, we hear Kurt Russell's gun go off a few more times, which they've been kind of counting how many there are, figured out that he got the rest, which you have to do, right? Because they know where Bright Hope is. They're just going to come back and savage the town. So you have to kill off this tribe. And it ends, I mean, it doesn't feel happy when it ends, but at least you know that they've got them all. I mean, he blows the whistle at the end and no one comes. And it actually ends on a shot of Chicory. He's like, they're out of weapons, but he's holding like a rock. And you see him just put it down because he's like, all right, you know, they're gone. I have nothing to worry about now. And that's how it ends.
That's how it ends. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, does this movie makes you feel alive? But how do you feel at the end? I mean, do you feel alive at the end? Because I just felt kind of sad. I don't know.
I mean, I'm definitely sad that Kurt Russell's character died. He's like, he's so great. I mean, it's Kurt Russell. He's good in every movie. Yeah. So he's really good in this. So, but I don't know. I enjoyed the movie.
What do you guys think about there was a particular scene when I forget what Patrick Wilson's wife was name her name was. She was trapped in the
Oh,
cage.
Samantha?
Samantha,
Samantha.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She had this quote that said something about like the frontier life is reckless and that's what got us there.
Yes.
I kind of subtly feel like that was the point of the movie to where like this whole movie and like we have to give admiration and respect to like these guys for being like, you know what? Let's drop everything, forget our lives, and put our livelihood and our existence on the line to like do what we think is right and go out into the desert and like rescue these people and fight against these natives who know the land better than we are and who we have like 5% chance of survival. Like, despite how much like I respect them for doing that, she's kind of coming in with this like opposite or like opposing viewpoint. Like, you guys are ridiculous. Like, this is what like the hubris of men is what gets us into these situations. Like, if
Yeah.
you guys weren't so stupid, if you guys weren't trying to like if you didn't have the hatred for the native locals that lived here before you, we would never be in the situation to begin with. So I don't know, like I kind of felt like that kind of left me with like the way that they added like space in that scene to have her say that I thought was like kind of significant. And I don't know, I
Yeah.
feel like that was like an important part of the movie. Like, hey guys, if you guys weren't so like gung ho about like Manifest Destiny, which I know that Rob, like that's kind of a
Oh
major
yeah,
piece
yeah.
of a lot of your
Hmm.
writing, then we wouldn't have like this friction to begin with.
If she calls them idiots. She's like, it's not, what did she say? It's not the
Yeah,
elements or the savages. It's like, it's the idiots, why
the
people die
idiocy,
out
right?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Rob loves this movie. Greg,
I
what about
do.
you?
Hmm.
What are your, you seem like you liked it, right?
I, you know what? It was so like to me it was disgusting and gruesome. I know with a few more watches I'd be fine. But like, okay, the thing that you said earlier, Laura, is what stuck with me. It's very raw. Like
Mm-hmm.
the vibe to me is that they you feel like you never know if the next day is going to be your last.
Yeah.
And they really portray that very well. Like the guys just get up and do what they think is right, even though they may die the next day from it. And it kind of made me like partially grateful for like so it's like movies like this kind of like make you feel spoiled just living in modern like in present time. Like fuck, I can barely walk out to my car without getting winded. These guys are spending 5 days out in the wilderness, like breaking their legs fighting natives and be like, man, this is what we got to do, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so like I really enjoyed like the raw nature of it, like you said, Rob. No music, no fluff, just like pure. You're out there, like the grit, and it's just this
Grit.
like the
Yeah.
thing that really like that I think pulls you to. I don't know about how you guys feel about this, but the way that I was really noticing the thing that really drew me to this movie was that um, the hopes of success were so grim, right? Like
Yeah.
you knew from the beginning, like okay, four guys going out into the bush to like rescue a couple. They don't know where they're going. They don't know who they're fighting. The hopes are so grim, and the fact that like okay, they're fighting for this like simple, just cause you can't help but to root for their success. Like every moment, I was like, okay, you guys are gonna die. What you're trying to do, but like, so that caused me to like root for them hard and all the time.
Hmm.
And I had this constant question popping up into my head, like, how the fuck are these guys going to succeed? How could they possibly make this happen? And that question of like wondering how they're going to actually make it and wondering, okay, maybe this is one of those movies where they don't. Maybe they all die. Maybe it ends tragically. Like that happening every scene was kind of like what carried me forward. So like I admired honestly like the balls to suddenly like have to put your life on the line and go out and do what you think is right, and it be raw and real, and it being like a Western movie, which is completely unique. So it was disgusting. It was gruesome, but I really enjoyed what they were trying to do. So I loved it actually.
Nice,
Nice. All
nice.
right.
What about you, Laura?
Well, I don't normally gravitate towards the Western genre. I mean, I saw True Grit too, and I thought that was a really good movie, obviously. And I do love Kurt Russell. I love Kurt Russell. And it's
Tombstone, yeah.
funny. Yeah, Tombstone. Yeah, I see,
Hmm.
like, I'll do Kurt Russell. Actually, it's kind of funny. I think he filmed Hateful Eight around the same time as this, too. That's kind of funny.
He has the same beard and mustache.
Yeah, yeah.
Cowboy.
Yeah.
Honestly, like the perfect cowboy. He's got like the hair, the mustache, like his demeanor. He is like the quintessential cowboy.
Yeah, he's great. We love Patrick Wilson. I thought this movie was just okay. I think I liked it slightly more than I thought I was going to. Again, I don't need to see someone split in half. I think that's too much. But
no, all right. Let me change my script I'm writing.
I don't need it. Pacing was a little slow, but it worked for this movie because that's what made these horrific scenes like so much more difficult to watch. I mean, it was just like it was such a slow boil, and then to just have this like extended like these scenes were quiet and they're long, and like you said, we're hearing every little thing, and just you know what? I'll just repeat what you guys said. It's unique. I've never seen anything like this before. I don't know that I ever will see anything like this again. I mean, I don't think these two genres, until Rob comes out with something awesome, I don't know that anyone's going to try to combine them again. So I don't know. I think I didn't have a good time watching it, but I think I like it more talking about it, if that makes sense.
Interesting.
Yeah. I wasn't having that great a time watching it, though. I was just like...
Well, it's very tragic. And
I was bummed out. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was
Dang.
bummed
I
out.
was like, I had a little cowboy hat on. I was like riding a little horse in my living room.
I think you're watching a different movie. I don't know. I don't know what is going on with Rob. All right. Well, shoot. What should we rate this?
Wait, do I get to do my stupid question of the episode?
Oh, I always forget. Yeah.
Come on, Laura. Come on, Laura. You keep forgetting
All
my
right.
stupid. Okay. All right. Let's bring back an old classic. Our screw, stay, or slay.
No.
Which is equivalent to fuck, marry, kill.
No.
Yeah, let's do it. We're not gonna do like the bone tease, Laura. Calm down, all right? You know, are you gonna
do good people?
Yeah, we're doing Brooder. We're doing
yeah.
We already know. Yeah, Brooder. What are the three characters' names? I always forget the characters' names.
Dwyer, Chicory, Brooder.
No, okay, no, not Chicory. We don't need a fuck Chicory.
Hunt. There you go.
Greg wants the old guy. Okay. Yeah, so Hunt, Brooder, and Dwyer. So that's the three main characters in this movie. You got Screw, Stay, or Slay.
I got it.
Laura's wet. Laura's ready. All right, Laura's going to go. She just took a big dollop of opium. She's ready now. Okay.
Jeez, I don't even need to be on this podcast. You guys just say what you want about me. I'm out. Oh my god. Let's start
with Greg. All right, Greg. Screw, Stay, or Slay. Between those three characters, what do you got, man?
So our three options are Kurt Russell,
Patrick
O'Dwyer,
Wilson, and Matthew Fox. Yeah.
But they're characters, I think.
Yeah, but they're
right?
characters. Yeah, they're characters, not the actors. They're characters. Yeah.
Oh, that kind of changes my answer then.
Sorry, Laura.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm definitely screwing Brooder. He's the wild card. I feel like he's got like the BDE. He's got the big dick energy going on.
Oh my god! Hell yeah, Greg! Hell
he knows what he's doing.
Got that big horse energy. Yeah. BHE.
I'm marrying Kurt Russell, Hunt the sheriff. Like honestly, he's got all the hallmarks of like a responsible, caring. He's marriage material. Honestly, to be honest with you, and like, God, like Dwyer, bro, you broke your leg trying to fix a roof. You gotta die. I'm slaying him for sure. Day one.
Oh dang, that's messed up. Can't believe that. All right, what about you, Laura? Is it a harder choice now?
Okay, yeah, this is really hard because in my mind, as much as I love Kurt Russell, he's like my dad. Kurt Russell's my dad. I mean, he's older.
Don't bone your dad, Laura. Don't bone your dad.
So yeah, but then if we're going based on character,
the character, yeah, it's not Kurt Russell.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna do it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Hunter's great as a dad, so I have to kill him because I'm not gonna marry my dad. And so. I'm banging Brooder. Oh, he's a gunslinger, all right.
We do this at the beginning. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's slinging gun.
Laura's just
gun.
Yeah. Laura's just laying down in the dirt, all ready to go. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then marrying O'Dwyer. I mean, I'll take care of him. It's Patrick Wilson.
I know, right? It's Patrick Wilson.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I'm marrying him.
I know. I think I'm similar. It's hard for me to separate I can separate Kurt Russell's character and person in this movie. I can separate Matthew Fox's character and person. Patrick Wilson, it's really hard for me to separate. I love him as a person. I love mostly all his characters. So like I love him and everything. So yeah, for me, like I think I'm definitely gonna. Oh man, this is actually getting kind of tricky now. I think I'm going to.
You're gonna screw Chicory. Opinion of the backup deputy that Rob will screw Chicory.
The screw Chicory.
He liked that story about the flea circus so much. He's like, "Ooh, tell me."
Flea circus. Yeah, we're in the bathtub. We're reading together.
You're flipping the pages for him.
Flipping the pages
so they don't get wet.
Flipping it with my dick. Yeah. No. I'm Laura. Okay, you're gonna fall over. Laura got a mental image.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay, no. So I'm gonna like. I think I'm gonna be similar to Laura's. I think, but I'm definitely gonna marry Patrick Wilson just because I want to spend my life with him. Even though he can tell me how to fuck. That's fine. He tell me to roll over, tell me to lay down, whatever he wants to do.
Even with the broken leg, you'll take it.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool.
Just tell me. I'll do it properly for him. And then what's it called?
I can't believe you guys have zero love for Kurt Russell. I'm marrying that man.
No, I'm going to say that's where I'm different from Laura. I will marry Kurt Russell because I don't associate Kurt Russell with my father, so it's fine with me. Marry Kurt Russell. You know, we can tickle our mustaches together. That'd be cool.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to kill Matthew Fox's character in this movie. You know, probably just shoot him in the middle of the night like he did those other guys. So yeah.
It makes sense, Rob, because you're a few years older than me. So I feel like Kurt Russell's closer to your age than mine.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. We're just two old guys, two bears. Yeah.
So question, Laura, if you're with Bruder, are you saucy or is he saucy?
I'm saucy. I'm saucy for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's all saucy.
You're loyal. Yeah.
I'm very loyal. Yeah. Oh, that was fun, Rob. Good question.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and we never get like a good question, like an easy one.
Oh, because I've been doing this for a couple weeks now.
Usually they're so fucked up. So this was a nice change of pace.
Okay, good. All right, next week I'll make sure it's shitty again. Okay.
Oh, great. All right. So what should we say for what we're rating? God, I don't even know.
Just how many bone tomahawks? Keep it simple. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. How many bone tomahawks do you give those movies? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How many bone teas?
Or do you want how many big horse energies?
Oh my god, that was pretty funny. Yeah.
What do you want, Laura?
How many BHEs? Yeah, let's do it.
BHEs?
Yeah. How many BHEs you giving this movie? Let's start with Greg.
4. It's 4 because I have to give them so much credit for doing. Like, okay, give me $100 million. I'm not creating a horror western of any quality, of any value. So hell yeah, good job, guys. 4 to 5 bone teas.
Nice.
Bone teas. Greg created his own rating.
Yeah, that's fine.
Greg did his own rating. He was like, I don't care. I'm doing bone teas.
Whatever we call it, BATs.
Oh man. I'm Rob. I'm gonna have you go last. I'm gonna give this a 3. I mean, because you know why? It's totally. I respect this movie. I just am probably never gonna watch it again. That's all.
Not like me watching it 20 times in the past couple months.
Wait, that's hold on a second. That's crazily interesting. The fact that Laura, you will never watch it again, and Rob, you've watched it 20 times. What's the difference there? Why are you not watching this like at least one more time, Laura? Much less 20 times. The gruesomeness.
Yeah, I just don't think I need to see it again. I mean, I'm not sitting there watching Hereditary over and over either. I've only seen that a handful of times. I might watch this again. Right. It's also, this movie was a little long. It was over 2 hours. So I think that, it's kind of a commitment. I don't know. Like if you know what's coming and to sit down and watch this movie a bunch of times, I don't know, Rob, you're, this is like kind of freaking me out a little bit.
Something wrong with me. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah,
though. You know me.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, it kind of bummed me out. So, I don't know.
Interesting.
All right, Rob, what are you giving this?
Oh,
How many bone teas and BHEs you giving this?
All these different ratings, yeah. I mean, I definitely dig and love this movie. I wouldn't have watched it like so many times over these past couple of months if I didn't really like it. But I mean, I'm saving my perfect rating for a movie that might be coming up sometime in
No, it's
this.
not coming up anytime soon.
Oh yeah, Smile 2, everybody, Smile 2. Get ready for that perfect rating. So I can't go that high yet though, but I'm definitely going to say it's super high. I'm going to give it a 4.8.
Wow.
4.8 to me. So I love this movie. I thought it was so cool. I mean, I like westerns. I like westerns. My dad like grew up on westerns. All he used to watch is like John Wayne movies and shit like that.
Yeah.
So like I enjoy westerns. I like the slow pace of them. I like just like the outdoors and stuff like that. And then just like I thought all the acting was really good in it. Besides the opening scene, and the gruesomeness is like really gruesome, which is cool. And I just love everything about this movie. Like it's like I said, if it wasn't for the end scene where Kurt Russell and Chicory have that back and forth about like, say goodbye to your wife and I'll say hello to yours, this and that, I probably would be closer to Greg saying this is a 4. But they nailed that line and it just meant so much. I was like, damn, that's like you stick the landing. So I'm like 4.8. This is like
Did you cry,
awesome.
Rob? Did you cry?
I definitely got teary. Yeah, I got teary-eyed. Yeah. Took off my little cowboy hat, stopped riding my horse, and started crying a little bit. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
You have to admit there were a lot of lines where you could only drop those lines in a western. Like there was that line where like Russell was like, "Pain is how your body talks to you. You do well to listen to it." Like shit like that. Like you can't have that in like Scream 8. Like you could only have that in like the late 19th century. So like they handled like all these kind of quotes from the different characters.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Very true.
Nice,
very true.
nice. Good review, guys. Yeah. All right. Well, everyone listening, subscribe, rate, and review our podcast everywhere you listen. Follow and contact us. We're on Instagram and TikTok at Conjecturing Pod. You can message us.
I'm on Twitter. You can check me out on Twitter over there at the RL Rights, posting stupid shit over there, doing polls like started this movie, saying what's a really gruesome movie I could watch. So
everyone follow Rob because you might get first access to his new Western horror. I'm very excited about this. Now you have to do it. You've just told a bunch of people. So
Oh yeah, I'm doing it right now. I'm about to finish the Shining book. Like I'm reading the Shining for the first time. I've never read it before, and I'm literally on the last like 2 chapters, and then I'm going to jump right back in to writing because it's like super inspirational. Like the way Stephen King writes, it's like super interesting.
Yeah,
absolutely. He's my favorite writer. I don't know about you guys. How you feel about that?
He's up there. Yeah,
it's really interesting the way he writes, the way he does like thoughts within like talking and stuff like that within dialogue. It's really cool.
Me want to reread.
Yeah, it's super inspirational. So I'm definitely going to finish this book and then I'm going to jump right back into my writing. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super pumped for that. Awesome. All right. Well, until next time, remember, horror is subjective, so conjecture away. See ya, partners.
See ya.